Forward to the cloud. Welcome, Robert, and welcome, Marie, to the self-publishing challenge. And a lot of people might be saying, well, what does self-publishing have to do with AI? That's a great question. I'm glad you asked, and I'm going to help you unravel that here in just a little bit. Presented by the Fred Jones Law Firm, serving clients nationwide with extensive experience in intellectual property, personal injury, and business law. This is a 3-day self-published challenge for authors, writers, entrepreneurs, creators, coaches, and content creators. Don't make the one mistake that could keep your book, brand, and business from reaching its full potential. Learn how to publish your book, attract paying clients who value your expertise, and pay you what you are worth. Okay, so that's what this challenge is all about. I want to go over what you can expect and what we're going to be doing here. And we're going to be talking about the single biggest mistake that many struggling writers and authors and entrepreneurs make. And the biggest mistake that a lot of people make is, well, right off the bat, many people just don't understand what is self-publishing, what is publishing. They don't understand, they don't know, and they or they don't understand what intellectual property is. Okay. Hello, Dee Dee. Good to see you. Devontadet, good to see you. It's been a while.
Hi.
Good to see you, ma'am. Good to see you. So this challenge is free. It's sponsored by my law office. AI, IP, and copyright protection, and more critical than ever. Okay. So your story has meaning. Your story has value. Your story is significant. Okay. Now, join our upcoming 3-day challenge, and then it's starting now. And here's what you're going to expect. Take the challenge. You know you're not ordinary. Learn how to publish your book before you even finish writing it. Okay, Shauna, good to see you. Glad you're here. All right. So now when you yes, you're more than welcome. Now, when you're ready to come on screen, a camera, you're welcome to turn those cameras on. Normally, I like to say, turn them cameras on, all right? Okay? So I like to see your smiling faces, okay? If you're comfortable, that'd be great. All right. This challenge is for aspiring authors, entrepreneurs, writers, and business owners. Haha, now that you turn the camera on, I know who Shauna is. I see you there, ma'am. Good to see you. Okay, all right. It's for writers, coaches, creators, content creators. It's for those people who are using AI. Okay. Now, my experience with AI started back in 1991 when I first heard the word intellectual property. Intellectual property is property of the mind and not property of the hands. Okay. Property of the minds and not property of the hands. So this is what we're going to be doing. This is a 3-day challenge. We're going to go 1 hour each night. I'm going to go 1 hour sharp. Okay. And we're going to dive right into this. Okay. So here's our schedule. Welcome to the 3-day self-published challenge. Unlock your book potential and start building your brand. Okay. I want to help you tonight, okay? Because I see so many people making the same mistakes over and over and over again. And here's the deal. When you are using AI and intellectual property on the computer, it's so important if you're building a business on this model to position yourself, okay? So we're going to talk about build your foundation and position your book for success. I'm going to say book because it's a well-known accepted concept that your book is the new business card. Okay, your book is the new business card. We've heard that shared over and over again, and there's reality to that. There's a whole lot of truth to that. Your book is the business card. Okay, so what we're going to do is position you to guide yourself legally in setting up your own publishing company. Okay, learn the crucial first steps in setting up your publishing business, choosing your business structure, connect a bank account, register your business, and obtain the necessary license to operate legally, okay? And the second thing we're going to do here tonight is talk about establishing yourself as an authority with a compelling ebook title and to build your niche. Craft a title that captivates your audience, develop a strong complementary subtitle, choose the right ebook category to define your niche and position yourself as an authority, okay? So those are the first things that we're going to do here today. But before I get started, I would love for those of you who are comfortable to unmute your microphones and introduce yourself to us tonight. Tell us who you are, tell us where you're from, and tell us what you hope to learn and why did you jump on here tonight. Who you are, where you're from, what you hope to learn, and why you jumped on here tonight. Okay, Shauna, we'll start with you first. The mic is
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Dr. Jones. So, my name is Shauna Dover, and I am an alumnus of Dr. Jones's Write Your Worth program, which I wrote my first book, You on Paper, a couple years ago at this point. And so I wanted to find out what has changed in the landscape with the introduction of AI, because I do have some additional topics that I would like to cover. And I can say this has been a great experience, and I just really have enjoyed working with you in the past, Dr.
so
Jones.
you want to know what has changed, what has shifted, what does AI, what has AI done? Is that your question? Is that
That is my question. That is my question.
mm-hmm.
Because I have a few other books that I want to write, and I'm not comfortable using AI in its entirety, but it's too convenient to just totally ignore. So I wanted to see what that line is.
That's a very good point you just made. It's too convenient. It's almost like irresistible, right?
It is.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. Miss Vansadat, Miss Dee, are you unmuted? Can you
I see
unmute
it.
it?
Yes, I see it now.
Got it.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Devon Cadet. I've been off and on with Dr. Fred. Um, just was having a lot of obstacles, so I'm interested in um, just getting started, how to get started. And like Shauna, I said maybe AI would help me of it because it's so convenient and because it seems like it's just so helpful. I mean, my daughter talks about it all the time. She says, Mom, my job is very easy now because I go right to AI or I go to Chat GBT. So I was like, well, maybe it's some help for me. So
Uh-huh.
that's it.
Uh-huh. All right. Okay. Awesome. 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 Now, normally I don't talk to people who don't have their cameras on, Robert and Marie, but I will give you an exemption tonight. Robert, do you care to share why you're here? Marie, we'll come to you next. Just unmute your microphone and just let us know. That'd be great. Marie, go ahead.
Okay, I am Marie Jones Williams, and I am here to learn more about AI usage, Chat GPT. It's my go-to for many things. I ask Chat GPT questions about how to use certain features on my iPhone, recipes, you name it. I use Chat GPT. So I am here to learn more about that. Thank you, Dr. Fred Jones.
Yes, ma'am, Miss Marie Williams. God. Okay. Marie is my biological sister. And anytime your sister shows up on your live, you just have to step it up to another level. So good to see you, Marie. Thank
and
you.
I'm driving, so I can't put my camera on right now. Okay.
Right. Be safe out there. All right.
Okay.
Love you. Good to see you. All right. Robert, come on in here,
Yes,
Robert.
sir.
Talk to
Yes,
us.
sir. Well, I can't figure out how to make a camera work on here. I mean, my video's all blurred out, so I'll have to just I don't know what to do.
All right.
That's why I need help from somebody that knows what they're doing.
Come
Which is
on.
why you have to find intelligent people and hang out with them as much as possible.
That's why I hang out with you, Robert, on Friday mornings in our
Yeah,
ministry.
well, I apologize. I was just on the phone with Judge Wayne, and he said something about tell Fred
Uh-huh.
that to hang in there. No, I'm not going to tell you what he said.
All right, all right.
You attorneys and you judges, y'all are in a league all your own.
All right, Robert.
But
All right.
I do want to listen in. I want to chat. I want to find out what it's going to take for me to know what's not only what's proper, but what's going to protect not just me, clients, people I sell products to that have been done by either partially AI, all AI, or all of the above? Because we got to watch out for our clients too. We can't just watch out for ourselves. So that's what my interest is.
Robert, that's a loaded question right there. You loaded the gun. Okay, all right.
I know it. You're good. You're good.
It gets me excited, and I'm like, oh, this is exciting. This is exciting. Okay, so let's get started. Let's roll. Let's roll. I'm gonna share my screen and then we'll get started. Okay. AI help you write it, but who owns it legally? Protecting writers, creators, authors, and entrepreneurs in the age of AI by attorney Fred Jones. If AI wrote it, do you really own it? Okay. 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 Do you really own it? Okay. So what is AI? Okay, first off, words have meaning, and so often we don't really give words the meaning that they really should have. Artificial what? Intelligence. And when it says artificial, it literally means artificial. Why is it artificial? It's artificial because it is not human intelligence. This is a machine trying to learn. I want you to remember this. AI is a machine that's learning and wants to learn how to think like a human. Okay? AI is a giant library robot. That's what's happened. It reads millions of pages, mixes information, and gives an answer. Okay? Okay? Doesn't think, it only predicts. It's a machine. It's math. If this, then that. And it's putting words together. And where does all of this content come from? Anybody know? Where does all of this content come from? It comes from everything that's put in Google, YouTube, any on the internet, anywhere it's put out there, it comes in there, right? Okay, so it's great for ideas, it's great for speed, and it's great for a draft, all right? Okay, and it's great information. And guess what? It's only going to get better and better and better. Okay, now, so you got it? There's been several lawsuits this year over, can OpenAI use books from the Library of Congress? Can OpenAI use copyrighted books? Can OpenAI use the material that people are putting in there? And the courts and the laws are leaning towards, yes, it can. But they're still protecting people's original works, okay? Now, what I want y'all to do me a favor, and just feel free to raise your hand and stop me at any time you got a question, okay? Stop me at any time you got a question, because that'll make this more better. Because if I just keep going, I'll get excited and go to, you think I'm preaching. All right, okay, all right, okay, because I enjoy it.
So, Dr. Jones, I do have a question. I should have included this in my introduction. So I'm in a space now where I'm actually helping to write courses. And I want to know, AI does courses really great, as you know.
Right.
Where is does that line, again, where is that fine line? Because I want to use it to format, to create the course, but with my content. For instance, if I wanted to translate my book into a course and use AI to do it, would I have a problem with ownership?
So the question is, what do you want to do with that material that you create? Okay, so think about that right there. What is it that you want to do with the material you create with that course? What are you going to do with that course?
Sell it.
Okay, all right, good answer, good answer. Okay, so the fact that you are selling that course, what happens if somebody else produces the same or a similar course as yours? How are you going to feel?
I'm going to feel upset because the original work was mine.
Okay, how are you going to establish that the original work was yours?
I would say copyright and branding.
Copyright and branding. Okay, all right. So, okay, so the requirements of a copyright are what? You got to be original. You got to be unique. It's got to be yours. And the main caveat is it must be done by a human. Was your course created by a human, or was your course created by ChatGPT, or was your course created by AI in some way? How much of your course was created? You see what I'm saying? Do you see the question there?
Yes. Is it the content or the formatting?
Oh, it's the content. The format doesn't matter about the format.
Okay. So if I use ChatGPT to format my material into a course, I would still return ownership. Does that make sense?
That's possible. Yes, yes, you can. If you were to use ChatGPT to formulate your course, but here's the challenge right here. What is ChatGPT doing with all the information that's put into it? Can somebody tell me what's it doing? What is the machine doing with the information that you put into it?
Learning.
It is learning. It is learning.
Learning.
Uh-huh. And now, if you have put material into ChatGPT that it is learning from, what have you done with your intellectual property?
Diluted it at best.
You have diluted it at best. Very good. Very good. Correct. So
And
correct.
would that also be considered as she has given it away?
You are very, very correct.
She gave her course away for free.
You gave your course away for free, in a sense, because you have put it into let's just say AI, and it is learning that material, and somebody else is going to say, I want a course like Shauna's, and you know what they're going to put in there, OpenAI? They're going to say, I want that course. Give me the title of your book.
You on paper.
You on paper. I want you on paper. I want me on paper. Okay. I want us on paper. They're gonna put it in there, and ChatGPT and OpenAI is gonna predict something similar or very close to it in order that they might give somebody else the answer to that question. And if yours is out there as a model, it's gonna model right after it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So that's the problem. That's the problem. Okay. But all is not lost. If you're okay with other people copying or having similar courses as yours, then go for it. All right. Go for it. However, if you're putting your material in there, I'm going to tell you more after we get on down here a little bit further. I'm going to talk about the legal mistakes, and I'm going to talk about who owns it. Okay. And when I talk about ownership a little bit more here, this is going to give you, you're going to breathe a little lighter. Okay. Why AI matters. Okay. Interrupt me anytime. I'm ready. You're going to save time. You're going to save money. You're going to beat writer's block. But AI is a tool, not an owner. Okay. I want everybody to remember that. AI is a tool, not an owner. Okay. Who owns it? Humans own copyrights. Now that's very clear. If there's one word that I would recommend or suggest to people to learn, understand, and fall in love with in the age of AI, it would be the word copyrights. Why? AI cannot own it alone. AI alone cannot copyright anything. To own it, add your story, creativity, and the human touch. Got it? Now, you have to you have to find the balance. And the courts have not decided yet how much human touch needs to be on a document or in a course for it to be copyrightable. They haven't decided that yet, but that is what needs to happen. Now, okay, that is developing. If you're going to own it, you got to put the human touch in it, okay? If you're creating a song, then you got to tell it, I want this song to be this way. I want this, I want that. You got to put enough individuality, humanness in it in order for it to be copyrightable. All right. Now, in order to own it, AI will produce a draft. Example, AI draft. It's not protectable. But if a human rewrites with your own story, it's yours. Okay. All right. Am I?
So, Dr. Jones, I do have a question on that point. So if the draft is not protectable, so obviously you wouldn't put any secrets in there, but so if you use the AI draft and then you tailor it to your being. Where does it come to, where does that plagiarism line fall into place? Or are we talking different things?
No, no, no. You're in the same ballpark. You're in the same ballpark. AI is using everybody's information that's ever been put in any kind of digital format. It scrapes the World Wide Web. Okay, got it?
Got it.
All right. What the machines are doing, Google, AI, Amazon, Gemini, Claude, all of them, they are sucking up everything that's out there. That includes copyrighted material.
Mm.
They are using other people's copyrighted material. When somebody uses your copyright and your intellectual property, who has the burden to bring an action against them?
We do.
The copyright holder. That is
Right.
correct. That is correct. Okay. So if you use material that's produced through AI, and some of that material is copyright protected, and then you put it in your book, your course, or your business, is anybody going to come after you right away? No, because they don't even know you're using it. They don't even know that you are doing something with it. When are they going to come after you? When is somebody
When you start making money.
When you start making money. When you start making money. When you're sitting down on the Today Show, or when your program or your book is hitting the top of the charts, and when people are talking about the revenue that your business is generating, that's when somebody's going to raise a flag. Okay? And that's what you have to be careful of. All right? That's what you have to be careful of. All right? Now, what does that mean, though? Does that mean you have to pause and be in fear? No, no, no. Here's one thing that you definitely want to think about when you're using AI, and that is you want to use some kind of disclaimer. You want to disclaim the fact that this book was used, this book was created, this course was created with the help of ChatGPT, Claude, Lumina. I do not claim ownership rights to content produced by AI, but I do claim ownership rights to my personal story that is the main portion of this publication. It's going to boil down to a disclaimer, and you're going to have to use a very good disclaimer in order to prepare yourself not to be caught up in some kind of litigation.
Okay.
All right. Okay. I definitely don't want this to be no fear driven. That's not my goal. Okay. And I'm gonna really help you, even though there are a lot of things out there to be concerned about. There are a lot of things to be concerned about. Okay. But AI, with the amount of time that it saved people, the money that it's saving people, and how people are beating writer's block, I mean, people, like someone said, it's almost irresistible. It's almost irresistible. Okay. All right. Did that help you? Did I make that clear? Was that, Ms. Shauna, did I help you? Was that good?
Thank you.
All right. Okay. All right. Now, let's go. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Okay. I want to keep going. All right. Now, what I want to do is talk about AI and I want to show you some of the mistakes so that you'll be aware of that, and we get that out of the way first up front here. Here's some of the mistakes that people make. Mistake number one, they think if they use it, they own it. Thinking I used AI, so I own it. That's a big mistake. Only humans own copyright. Just remember that here. Okay, fixed. Always add the human authorship. If you add the human authorship to it, realize that is what's going to make it unique. And what is human authorship? Human authorship is the idea, the concept, or the thought. Okay, mistake number one, if you use it, you own it. That's not necessarily so. Number two, here's a huge mistake people make. Copyright registration. All right, since you're here, let's break it down like a shotgun. So many people think that I own the copyright because I put a copyright notice on my book. That's good, but that's like closing the door to your house and saying, I'm safe on the inside of my house because I closed the door. but you closed the door, but you didn't lock the door. Okay? Saying that you have a copyright notification on your book is like just closing the door. You put a copyright on your songs or on your videos or on your website, and you put this copyright, all rights reserved, no part shall be, all of that, okay? That is minimal protection, okay? The problem is never registering your work. Without registering it, you can't bring a lawsuit and you can't get damages or money if somebody infringes upon your copyright. Okay? Okay? There you go, Robert. You made it. You made it, sir. You made it. All right.
Yeah. Can I ask a question since you
Sure.
saw me?
Uh-huh.
Can you give me a quick difference in copywriting and difference in patents?
Yeah, great. Okay. All right. Copyright.
Does the copyright give you rights to the patent? Uh-oh, did I lose you?
No, I hear you. You want to know the difference between a copyright and a patent. Is that correct? Copyright and patent.
Yes, thank you.
All right, copyright and patent. Let's take our time. Okay, so first off, let's pause. Let's pause right here. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing, and I want to just talk to you, and I want to give you something very powerful. There are only 4 types of intellectual property. Write this down. 4 types of intellectual property. What are the 4 types of intellectual property? Copyright, trademark, trade secrets, and patents. All right, those are the 4 types of intellectual property. Okay, now let me back up just a little bit further back and say, what is intellectual property? I want you to think of intellectual property like you think of mental health. Remember how it took people a long time to understand the power of mental health. We just dismiss people with mental health issues or challenges, right? But mental health has become real. Intellectual property is like mental health. Okay, it's like it's in that same category. Intellectual property is the mind. What does your mind create? And how do you create with your mind? This is good. Writing is the action side of thinking. Put that down. Writing is the action side of thinking. And I'm going to answer your question, between copyright and patents, okay? Writing is the action of thinking. When you got a thought and you write it down, you just put that thought in a copyrightable format. So I got a trick question for you. Can you copyright an idea? Can you patent an idea?
I tried. It didn't work.
You can't. Why? It's just an idea. Okay, now let's take that thing another way. Can you copyright a manuscript? Answer, yes, yes. Why can you copyright a manuscript? Because it's written. It's written. An idea is just something floating out there. You got about 3,000 or 4,000 of them a day. But the idea has to be put in a fixed and tangible form. If you want to write something down and really understand copyright, in order to be able to copyright something according to US law, it must be put in a fixed, F-I-X-D-D, and tangible format, and it must be originated by a human. C. Bridges, good to see you. Thank you. You're welcome to turn that camera on when you're ready. Okay, all right, you're welcome. Okay, so in order to be copyrightable, it must be put in a fixed, that means either a writing, that means either a photo, that means a graphic, that means a logo, that means a video, anything that is fixed. Then it has to be tangible, on paper, on a t-shirt, on a banner. It's copyrightable. And then the third element is it must be done by a human. So Why can't I write a book in AI and own the book? You can write it and you'll own the book, but you won't have exclusive ownership. Okay? You will not have exclusive ownership. All right. Now, that's copyright. Write this down. We copyright our ideas. We trademark our brands and our businesses, and we patent our inventions. I'll say it again. We copyright our ideas. Copyright has everything to do with literary works. We copyright our ideas, our creativity, our artistic work. Copyright has everything to do with writings and ideas. Copyright, that's copyright. We trademark, and when we say trademark, just think about it like this: your mark in trade, your mark in business. The only reason why you trademark anything is so that you can be distinguishable. When you go to the grocery store and you look at a Zero bar, and you look at a Payday, and you look at a Snickers bar, all three of them bars got different colors. Okay, that's called trade dress. And you'll know a Zero from a Payday. Miss Shauna, you may not know what a Payday is. You're a little young. You know the Payday?
I love paydays. One of my favorite candy bars.
All right. Okay. That's called trade dress. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Now, a patent, on the other hand, a patent is some kind of invention. A patent is always going to be some kind of contraption. Okay. So, like this right here, you hold the iPad, somebody got a patent on this thing. Okay. This right here, somebody got a patent on this thing. We patent inventions. We patent cups. We patent little things like this, these little flashlights. We patent inventions. Okay? Now, writers are more concerned about their ideas, their thoughts. And that's why AI, which is a what? Writing machine. It is a writing machine. That's why AI has more to do with copyright. Patent is for inventions. And that's a whole separate leg of the law where you have like patent attorneys. And then you have to come up with a model and a what do you call it? A model and a symbol or something. And then they have to get it registered and they get a patent on that. Then they become the exclusive owner of that patent. And then they sell that widget to the whole world. Okay? Because they're then the exclusive owner of that widget. Did that help you, Robert? Is there a follow-up behind that?
Yes, sir. Oh no. I had a couple of patents some years ago, and it's just a bad taste in my mouth because AT&T took over one of them, and Disney took over the other one. And my lawyer told me you can't fight the big guns, so I had to turn that down. But I appreciate the understanding because copyright's the thing I'm interested in now.
Okay. All right, man. I hate that happened. Okay. So
yeah, gotta learn.
But Robert, it goes back to the golden rule that she who has the gold
there
makes
you
the
go. Rules.
There you go. And you have to understand the rule. You got to be she who has the gold makes the rules. Yes, ma'am.
So I just wanted to give Robert some encouragement. I recently dealt with a trademark issue on a idea, one of my companies with my friends, and we actually won against the big guys, one of the big guns. So it is possible. There were a lot of attorneys who wouldn't touch it, but we did find someone who helped us navigate the last stretch. So it is possible.
Nice. All right. I got a special video I'm going to show y'all tomorrow. You definitely want to hang up here tomorrow because I got a special video I'm going to show you. We're going to be talking about publishing and why publishing is the shortcut to protection. Why publishing is the shortcut to protection. Just make sure you publish it right and register it, okay? All right, so let's go a little further. Any more questions? Feel free to jump in. I am totally interruptible. Okay, skipping copyright registration is a big mistake. Okay, watch this. Without it, no lawsuits or damages. You can't, okay, let me tell you what else. If you don't have a registration of your copyright, you can't issue a cease and desist. Y'all know what that is, huh? A cease and desist is take it down, that belonged to me. A cease and desist is like, stop, you can't go any further with that. That's my material. Let me show you what a copyright registration looks like. This is a copyright.
Could I ask you, Fred? I'm sorry, Fred, real quick. Did you restart the recording?
I don't think I stopped it.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Yeah, it's still recording. It's still recording. Yeah, it's still recording. Okay, this is a copyright registration certificate right here. Okay, that's a registration, and you shoot it off to the copyright office, and they'll send you a certificate back on what you're registering. Okay, be it your book, your course, or whatever content that you're creating, or your song, you can register that copyright. That is that's a mistake that people make. Number one, they think they own it, and they don't if you're using AI and it's not humanly authored. Number two, skipping the registration process. Number three, ignoring contract and licensing. Okay, putting private information in AI platforms, that's dangerous, that's bad. Many of these platforms keep it, store it, and train their data on it. Okay, here's the deal. You got to read the terms of use. Okay, read the terms of use. Protect clients' data and trade secrets. Okay, so what's the key here? If you ignore the contract and the licensing, what is licensing? Permitting someone else to use it. Permission to use. Now, here's the deal. I want to draw something real clear here to everybody. I've seen so many author contracts, and in the contract, it'll say the author owns the copyright 100%. Got it? Got it. That's true. The author will own the copyright 100%. But the moment you put somebody else's name on your book as the publisher of that book, the mere fact that you name XYZ as the publisher, you have granted the publisher a license to use your material, and now the publisher has more control over your book than the author of the book. I see it happening every day. And the thing that's so bad about this is I see people, they will sign up with a group or somebody and say, I'm going to self-publish. And they think they are self-publishing, but they're actually, it's called vanity publishing, but they are publishing and naming somebody else as their publisher, and they're not self-publishing. They're giving away their intellectual property, and they're giving away control, because 5 years later, 2 years later, down the road, they're going to want to come back and do something with that book, and they won't be able to do it because they don't have exclusive ownership of the publisher. Is that making sense? Be careful with this right here. Okay. The other thing is you got to read the terms of use. If I'm using an app or any kind of app, all these apps, they got terms of use. And the first part of the terms of use your eyes should go to immediately is the intellectual property clause. It should immediately go to the ownership clause. Go to that section to see what is that all about? Who owns this? And many of them are going to use words like, we may retain the right to use your material. We may do this. They won't say we shall, but if they use may, then they're going to be doing it. Okay? And you just want to be careful and make sure that if you're using an app or some program to write or help you publish, be aware of that. Okay? All right. Number 4, failing to trademark brand assets. Okay? Using AI for logos, names, or slogans without protections. Others can trademark before you. Secure trademarks early. That's the fix. Secure trademarks early. Folks, your mark and trade is what's going to do what? What does a trademark do? Come on, y'all, talk to me. Talk back to me. I'm a
set you apart in the marketplace.
It's going to set you apart in the marketplace. And why is that important?
You want your customers to be able to easily identify you.
You want people to be able to find you. You want people to be able to locate you. You want people, you don't want people to get lost. You don't want people to have to go down the street and end up with working with the wrong person because they didn't work with you. Okay. That's okay. WTHOLOGY. You want to protect who you are. Okay. So let me show y'all something here on the screen. I want to show you my screen. Hello, Dr. Divine. Good to see you, ma'am. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. All right. So I'm going to share with y'all this right here on the screen, and you'll see that. Okay. You see that right there? That's a trademark. That's a trademark. Okay. And that's a trademark registration. That is registered. I am the world's only worthologist. I can say that. I can put that anywhere. And when anybody talk about worth and worthology, I can show up and say I'm the world's only worthologist. Okay. And that's my mark. That's my mark. Okay. So that's a trademark. This right here is a copyright. This is a copyright. Okay. And you might say, well, what's the difference? Okay. A trademark costs more. It costs you more to get a trademark. Trademark is going to be more costly. Copyright is a bit more doable. It's a bit more doable. It's more reasonable. All right. Okay, dokie. Dr. Divine, you're welcome to unmute and ask a question at any time, or you can feel free to put your question in the comment box, and I'll pick it up out of there, and we'll make sure that your questions get answered and that you get what you want out of this masterclass tonight. Failing to trademark. Okay. Had a guy tell me one day, he said, never cut corners on the legal when you're in business. Never cut corners on the legal. All right. Assuming it's original. Assuming it's original. Believe in AI, always make new stuff. Okay. AI is trained on existing works. I was preparing dinner tonight, and I was fixing some dinner for Loretta, and it occurred to me. All people who want to get ahead of the AI wave should be using AI to train it on your way of thinking. You say, really? Really? AI is the great equalizer. No longer can we say, it's somebody else's fault, or they did this, or they did. No, you better get smart and get in front of the line and say, I'm gonna train this module. I'm gonna train my widget. I'm gonna let it know who the world I am. All of y'all should probably go to AI and say, who is Frederick Jones? Tell me as much as you can tell me about Frederick Jones, and you're gonna find you a whole bunch about Julio right here. You know why? I have taught it. Now, do I own what it's gonna say about me? Yes, I do. It's my story. Why? I copyrighted it before, and I've already trademarked it. So anything it says about is Fred Jones the world? Matter of fact, why don't we go on? Are y'all getting value from this? Or am I just getting drunk off my own Kool-Aid? Are y'all getting value? Huh?
Yeah.
Y'all getting value? All right, okay, all right, okay, all right. I don't want to, I can get carried away here. All right, so let's go here. Let's do a live deal here. Let's do a live demonstration. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, okay? So, and you can go onto your AI and do the same thing. Okay, so who is Frederick Jones, F-R-E-D-E-R-I-C-K, Frederick Jones, okay, worthologist, W-O-R-T-H-O-L-O-G-I-S-T. Okay, tell me all about him. Who, what, when, why. Okay, boom, let's go. Let's see what comes up. All right, here we go. Here's a full who, what, when, why on Frederick Von Jones, known as the world's only worthologist. He's a phytologist. I've been there. Bookologist. I've been there. Attorney, licensed, founder of the law firm. Do you see this? All this 99-cent ebook turned into $1 million business. Born in Louisiana, the 12th of 14 children of Mose and Beatrice. That's in a book that I wrote. Okay, first heard the term intellectual property in 1991 from his law school professor Carrie de Bassinet. Look at this. Look at this. This is crazy. I've never done this.
Dr. Fred, is anybody else be able to see the screen? All I'm seeing is the
No, I only see the top. I was going to say
top.
The same.
Yeah, all I can see is the top.
Okay, all right, let's go. Let's try it again. Is that better?
Same.
participant.
All it is address bars. All it's showing.
Oh, okay. Now, wait a minute. Now, come on. Let's just come on. I was just a gone. All right, let's see. All right, okay. All right, we're gonna say share. I'm gonna say share documents. Okay, let me go share screen. Okay, let's go right here. And then boom. No cigars.
Good deal.
We can see that.
Y'all can see it now.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Look at this. Okay. All right. So here's my prompt. Loretta told me today that I should do a prompt class. Folks, the prompts are huge. If you know how to do good prompts, the key to this prompt was, who is Freddie? Tell me all about him. Who, what, when, where, why, blah, blah, blah. And I just did it real fast. Okay. There's the who. Phytologist. That's my law tag. Bookologist. I've done that. You know, this is incredible. And I'm not afraid of this. Why? I want to be known. I want people to be able to do this. Okay. Author, entrepreneur, in short, the worthologist, lawyer, author, coach. You know, I want to leave my mark out there. I'm not going to shy back on it. Okay. And I would encourage you, by learning what we're doing here, you can be able to do the same thing. All right. Helpful? Let me pause for a moment and say, give me an aha or a question. Coach Dee, talk to me. I saw you smiling.
I'm just saying very helpful.
All right. Okay. Anyone else? All right. Okay. All right. I'll keep going.
Frederick, I
Yeah.
was trying to unmute. I am very much intrigued by everything you are teaching and saying. And the moments for me is just when you explain the difference between trademark and copyright and patent, and all of this is just knowledge. It's just exploded in my mind. I love it. Thank you.
Awesome. Can I tell you, let me just slow down because I get so excited about this. Everyone, listen. The most valuable asset you have is your story. That's intellectual property. I see so many people that get into these anthologies and bookstores. They do a lot of things, and that's great to do an anthology. Nothing is wrong with it as long as you retain exclusive ownership of your story. Your story is the solution to somebody else's struggle. And we are living in a time where the personal brand is becoming more prominent than ever. And so why am I doing a 3-day self-published challenge? Because I'm helping you position yourself powerfully Dr. Christina, are you able to talk to us? Are you able to talk, Dr. Christina?
I am.
Dr. Christina, you're in the Bestseller Overnight program right now. And at first, when you came in, can you tell us a little bit about before and after? When you came in, and then after I started talking with you about your book, and the next thing you know, you came up with 12-point guide. Tell me a little bit about before and what kind of light bulbs have come on with you since you've been working with me.
Understanding how to position the book on KDP, because I was telling somebody that the other day, helping them with their book. And I said, I'm new to this. You know, I started well, first of all, I started a publishing company. That was never my intention ever to do in life. So it's, Divine Publishing Global LLC. So I did that, to set myself where the company receives the royalties from my books that I'm going to be putting on KDP. So that was the first thing. I did forget about that. I never thought of having a publishing company. I have different businesses, but not a publishing company. So I did that for the self-publishing, privilege, but to, self-publish under my company, that was the first thing. The second thing is knowing, exactly what to do on Amazon. I have never written a book before in my life. I've never been on Amazon KDP to attempt to put a book in there. So going in there and realizing that those categories are so important that you could put your book into multiple categories. You don't have to stick with one like self-help or whatever that is. So it's all about how to position your book in the marketplace and on Amazon. Yesterday we talked about going to, bestseller, and we talked about some of the things strategies that you need to do to go to bestseller by, getting 50 or plus people, to buy the book at 99 cents, and um, how to really, to me now, it's working on the book cover, because the book cover really, grabs the person attention. So we were talking about how to do a unique book cover that will set us apart. And we were telling one of the ladies to put her picture on there, as well as, have a book, cover picture, but somewhere have her picture on there. It's a way to brand yourself. And I think that's a good thing, especially if you have a presence on social media, because if people are on social media and people see your photo and they're somewhere and they see your photo on that book, I believe they're going to purchase that book. So it's just a lot of different things that I've learned, that I've gleaned from just being on the Zooms and knowing Dr. Fred. I met Dr. Fred in Clubhouse, and he also gives a lot of tips on Clubhouse. So that's when I really got to understand that, wow, he really helps people and get them going, get them started. He'll ask you, what is your book about? Have you thought about a title? And when he first came on Clubhouse, he was actually helping people to get titles to their books. So I think that's why I stopped there. But I hope that's good enough, Dr. Fred. Thank
Oh,
you.
you're good. You're good. Hey, you're talking about positioning and establishing yourself as an authority. You got to position yourself the right way. And when she said, I never thought about setting up a publishing company, but can I give you all a news flash? Every one of you, if you got an LLC, you should have it as a publishing company. Why? Because that's how you're going to protect your intellectual property, trademark, and copyright. It all starts with you being your own publisher. Now, newsflash. Y'all remember the happy birthday song? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Remember? Who wrote that song? Two sisters. Two sisters. And Nancy, and I can't think of the other one's name. What happened to the song? It was placed in the back of a children's book, and it was published by that company. And the publishing company did what? It went out of business. And when that publishing company went out of business that published the happy birthday song, Time Warner bought that company and all the books that company had. And lo and behold, in the back of the book was happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. And for years, Time Warner profited from that book. And the ladies got no royalties from it. Mm-hmm. Why? Because they didn't own their own publishing. Newsflash. All right, got it? So today, I want you to be thinking, how am I going to own my publishing? How am I going to own everything that I write? Everything that you write, songs, plays, courses, books, all of that should be housed in your publishing house. So let me ask you about another lady, one of my all-time favorites. Her name is Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton is the best example of a copyright. Mm-hmm. Why is she the best example of copyright? I will always love you, bittersweet memories. She was singing to Porter. That was her what? Story. She and Porter was her manager. She was the talent. But Dolly wasn't getting paid. And there was a breakup between her and Porter. But Dolly wrote the song to Porter and kept the lyrics. Elvis wanted to perform that song. Many other people wanted to buy the copyright to Dolly's song. And Dolly told him, no, I'm going to keep my copyright. I'm going to keep my copyright. Dolly is the exclusive owner. Whitney sung it in Bodyguard, and it was famous, right? That's what you all can do when you copyright your original material. You can give other people a license, and that is permission to use it, but you need to be the publisher of it. Okay? You need to be. And so with AI can help you with ideas, help you with to get started. But the main thing you want to be doing with AI is using it to clean up, to jumpstart, to stimulate. But you want to put enough of your originality in it so that when you submit your copyright registration to the Copyright Office, they'll say it's unique enough to give you exclusive ownership of it. And the way you want to do that is through publishing original material as much as possible, putting a human touch to it. We should not be fearing AI. We should be leaning into AI. All right, folks, we're coming up to the top of the hour. I want to pause for a moment and ask for any questions before I tell you what we're going to be talking about tomorrow. I want any questions you all have about where we are tonight and anything that I've covered before I talk to you about what we're going to talk about tomorrow.
Dr. Jones, I do have one question.
Sure.
So you mentioned how am I going to, you said if we have an LLC, then we could own our publishing. Can we just like add on to our existing businesses that we have? Publishing is a part of that?
DBA.
DBA?
Doing business as Shauna Publishing International.
Okay.
And just tack on a DBA. Not legal advice, but coaching and business information.
Thank you.
I sent a guy an email the other day, and he took the email out. He was in my coaching program. He took the email and sent it to the other publishing company. He said, my lawyer said. I'm like, dude, don't do that. He's going to get me in trouble. All that, I ain't doing that. No, but he's a good guy. I enjoy it. He said, here's what I said, Dr. Fred. My lawyer told me. Yeah, I was like, come on, man. But yeah, DBA, you can, if you got an LLC. Yes, Robert?
Yeah, well, one of the questions I had earlier was about the large language models. When you use ChatGPT and OpenAI, there's ability to kind of include your own information or your own data, your own documents. Is that something that can be protected, or does it just make it all open then to the general public?
It can be protected. Your own information can be protected. Here's how I would recommend you protecting your own information. Whatever you're going to put, if you want to write something, if you got your story, your song, your script, or your outline to your business, number one, write it on a separate document or a separate file. That's number one. Number two, when you put it into AI, write up your prompt before you put it in AI. I go into AI and I'll put in a prompt, just like, tell me this, and I'll go long. But you want to keep your prompts in a file or a folder. Set aside your prompts. And when you put it in, you want it to be, you want to let it know, oh, I did something today that was just so good. Okay, hold on. Y'all, I'm gonna jump over here and show it to you. I posted it. Okay, I'm gonna show it to you. Stay with me. Okay, when you go into AI, remember, you are training the module. Can somebody say, I'm training it? I'm training it, okay? I'm training it, okay? So remember, you are training it, okay? And when you train it, you want to tell it certain things. And I'm going to show you something that you want to tell it every time if you want to protect your work, okay? Okay, all right, see your profile. Okay, here I am right here. Okay, here we go right here. Oh, here we go. Here it is right here. All right, I'm going to show it to you on Facebook. Okay. Are you giving it away when you put your information? No, you're not necessarily giving it away, but you want to know, how to protect it. Okay, do y'all see my screen right here?
Mm-hmm.
All right, if you're not following, okay, listen to this right here. Okay, I posted this 3 hours ago. Still giving away your legal assets? Copyright, trademark, trade secrets, IP? Do this. Form a copyright and trademark notice. Quote, when you put people on a pedestal, they have no other choice but to look down on you. Now, that's an original quote that I've said it for years, okay? All right, so what do? I've said, quote, when you put people on pedestal, they have no other choice. Ownership rights. Look what I said. This is an original quote created and first used by Dr. Fred Jones, Esquire, Fred Jones, attorney, worthologist, everything. Okay? copyright, first to use worldwide, trademark claim, common law rights reserved, registered and reserved for formal filing, all rights reserved, unauthorized use, reproduction, misattribution of this quote without express written consent is strictly prohibited. Official attribution, whenever cited, quote or reference, proper attribution must be given to Julio. I had fun just doing that. That is a great way to protect yourself online. Okay? That's a great to put when you if you're putting something in there and you think that it's sensitive, say all rights reserved. This is Dr. Robert Weiss's original work. I am the first one to ever say this. It's kind of like getting into a fight. Who wins? The person who gets the first punch. If somebody else wants to say that they owned it before you, then they got to find you and punch you. But if you say you got it first, then you already can set the record straight with the first punch saying that you own that material. All right, y'all. I'm having too much fun here tonight. Let me show y'all what we're going to do tomorrow night, and then we'll get out of here. Okay. Tomorrow night, we're going to talk about how you invite and deliver. Invite and deliver. That's what, let me see. I think, okay, that's not the screen that I want to share with you. I'll just tell y'all what we're going to talk about tomorrow. We're going to talk about invite, how you can start with your book summary. If you're going to protect your stuff, you're going to give a summary of your book and you're going to deliver, and you can start promoting your book on pre-order, whatever that big idea is that you are about to put out to the world, whatever that book, big idea is that you want to protect and copyright. If you're providing a service to the world and you got this unique thing that you're doing, then a book, a short book, is a great way to have a lead magnet to give to your prospective clients to say, hey, if I want this done, if I want to tell my story, the story of you, then I can find this person. Or if I want a song, I can find that person. Whatever it is that you're doing, a short book is a great way to protect your copyright, put it out to the world, and have people discover you and find you, and being known as a best-selling author will set you apart as an authority that's going to help you to get paid and not played. That's all I'm going to do for tonight, y'all. Biggest takeaway, Devon Sadat. Biggest takeaway.
My biggest takeaway is, first of all, just the last piece. That is the biggest takeaway for me, because that's my start now, because I'm starting.
All right.
So protecting what I'm getting ready to start, putting out there as my first.
Oh, that's good. That's good. We're here to help you. Robert, what was the aha for you, Robert?
Oh, my big one was the quote by Dr. Fred Jones, get paid, not played.
Yeah. When you position yourself right, you can do that.
That's good.
Stop speaking for free and start speaking for a fee. Coach Shauna. Yeah.
So there were so many great takeaways. I think I had an aha moment when you say get ahead of AI by training it on your way of thinking.
Ooh.
And really leaning into that. I'm not afraid of AI, but I also don't necessarily want it to know how I think. So that just made me.
It's going to be inescapable. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, because it's going to find all of your photos. It already knows all of your contacts. And when you tell Siri, play this song, it knows your favorite songs. The whole idea behind the concept of artificial intelligence is to become a marketing machine, so that I can sell you exactly what you want with great ease. Okay? All right. Miss Williams.
Yes, for me, it was the prompts you mentioned about how you put your prompts into AI in order to receive what you want, and also how to protect yourself on AI as far as telling it about your own intellectual property and it's copyrighted or trademarked. That's an aha moment for me.
And and that was out live, guys. That is out live. You can go right to my Facebook page. I put that out there today, and that was fun when I did that. That is a great way to stake your claim to something right here. Stake your claim to it. And if you don't stake your claim to it, then somebody else is going to claim it, and there you have it. C. Bridges, we hadn't heard your voice yet. Will we get the privilege? Okay, find the unmute button and let me know. If I see you unmute, then I'll come back to you. Otherwise, Dr. Christina Devine, close us out.
Oh, wonderful. I'm sorry, it looked like something was something was going on here. I'm sorry, I got distracted. Oh, looks like, I just want to continue to position myself well and be that authority when it comes to, my books and the topics that I'm writing on. Sometimes I don't feel like the authority, but Moses didn't feel like he could speak to Pharaoh, but that's what he was born for, as they say. So just have to do what we're born for. Sometimes we don't realize it until we get into it. We have all these prophetic words that, oh, you're going to be a book writer and you're going to have some, all these books, and you're going to, do what they call interviews about the books. And you're like, really? But, when you really get into it, then that's when that writer's anointing, I guess you can say, really picks up and kicks in. So you never know. I guess that's the takeaway for me. You can never say never. You don't never know what you're able to do until you do it.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, this has been day one. AI wrote it, but who really owns it legally? That's what we've been talking about. This is day one of the self-publishing. And tomorrow we're going to move forward and talk about positioning yourself to protect and own it. Invite how you can do a short ebook. What is a book? Some people say, how long should a book be? As long as it take, as short as it take. A book can be all pictures, all lines. A book doesn't have to be long. The definition of a book has changed. But I'm going to leave you with this. The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write. The illiterate of the 21st century will be those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. Learn, unlearn, and relearn. That's an Alvin Toffler quote, Alvin Toffler. I'll see y'all back tomorrow evening at 6, same time. Blessings to you. Bring somebody else with you. It's going to be a real party. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
The amazing Fred Jones.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
You got it, Dr. Robert. Yeah, you're amazing.